Tell me what you think.
Okay, here's my hot take. Anything is better than IV lidocaine. I'm not a fan. The toxic potential is substantial. I know of one death and 2 other cardiac arrests because someone thought this is the best way to use local anesthetic for this ERAS patient rather than doing a block.
Right.
It's a blunt instrument for, if you're going to use local anesthetic, you can use it for a block. Okay. Then
Hold on, but before you, can you remember where you're going to go with that? Because I just want to pick up on something. So for what it's worth, I agree with you, and I have never knowingly, well, no, I haven't used intravenous lidocaine as an infusion perioperatively. I have given a single bolus of say 100 milligrams as part of a multimodal thing. But I spoke to an American abdominal surgeon at an abdominal wall meeting I attended a few years ago. And he told me that he ultimately...
You go to abdominal wall meetings?
I was invited to talk at an abdominal wall meeting. There's a whole host of plastic surgeons and general surgeons. It was called AWRE, Abdominal Wall Reconstruction Europe.
That's niche, man.
Check out my Insta feed. Yeah, I mean, anyway, this surgeon told me that he has 2 types of people anesthetizing for him. He has a physician. This is not trying to get political, but he had a physician anesthesiologist and he had a CRNA. And all of his patients would go to a high dependency unit or a critical care type setting post-operatively, and he'd review them the next day. Now, the anesthesiologist would do a thoracic epidural for his major abdominal surgery cases, these abdominal wall reconstructions, and the CRNA would use IV lidocaine perioperatively and in the post-operative period. Now, what I was struck by, which is really interesting, is he told me when he visited the patients the next day, he couldn't tell the difference between those that had had a thoracic epidural or those that had or on an intravenous lidocaine infusion. He said they looked equally as comfortable.